finally, Obama's heard the call for Americans across the country saying, hey, you know what, look, this bankers making literally record profits and record bonuses in the middle of this worst economic downturn. There's something a little fishy about it. It's almost as if they took our bailout money and are taking it home in bonuses and haven't helped us at all. So Obama sees this and goes, okay, look, this is politically damaging. He's a master politician, so he's going to go ahead and mitigate the damage. So they've got a new idea out, a bailout fee that they're going to impose on the banks. Now, here's where it gets a little question. Well, first of all, it's something, so I'll take it. All right, it's a good step in the right direction. There should be a hell of a lot more steps, and it's not nearly enough, as I'll explain why in a second. But hey, you know what? At least he heard us a little bit, right? So, but now what's the problems with it? Well, first of all, the banks say, oh, don't you dare do it. They always love to threaten people. Who are you guys? You were all bankrupt a year ago. Now you're going to come and threaten us, or a little over a year ago. And they can, because we already gave them the money. They say, number one, if you have any fee against us, we're going to pass it right on to our customers. Well, congratulations. Doesn't that make you a humanitarian? All right. Number two, we won't do any more lending. But you don't do the lending anyway. We gave you the money so you could do the lending. You don't do the lending. So what kind of empty threats are these? Number three, this would be an extra burden on us in a time, in economic times that are perilous. But no, wait. It's perilous for the rest of us. You're still making record bonuses. It doesn't seem like it's that perilous to you. Now, so what's wrong with the proposal? Now, if the banks are worried about it, that must be slightly a good thing, right? Because they love to, protect their bonus. Well, the problem is there's a much better way to do it. You do it with a windfall profit tax, or you do it with, as England did and as France did, by saying, hey, look, if your bonus is, for example, over $40,000, well, we're going to take half of that bonus to pay back the American taxpayer because you got it from the American taxpayer. For example, Goldman Sachs, they're projected to have a $23 billion in just bonuses for just their executives. That doesn't even go to their shareholders. It's just the guys running the company, okay? Now, where do they get that money? Well, at least $10.3 billion of it came from extra money we paid them through AIG. So they say, oh, look, I gave the TARP money back and I gave it back with interest. What more do you want? Well, how about the money you took from AIG? We gave them $13 billion, and on the open market, it would have been worth $2 to $3 billion. So Tim Geithner, when he was running the New York Fed, gave them an extra $10.3 billion of taxpayer money that they would have never gotten on the open market. He paid them 100 cents on the dollar. Then are you surprised they have all that money? Because we gave it to them. So how about instead of giving a fee to the banks that they then pass on to their customers, you say, look, easy. How do we do this? Oh, we can't do it any other way. How do we do it? So we say, all right, look, your bonus came directly from the United States taxpayers. So how about we take about half of it back, which is a little over $10 billion, and you pay us back for the money that Tim Geithner gave you back in 2008. Problem solved. Now, you will hear Democrats especially, but of course Republicans as well, saying, no, it can't be done. It's too complicated. It's not complicated. It definitely can be done. You just take back the money that they're going to take home in profits, in bonuses, that we gave them. It's super simple. They don't want to do it. That's why they tell you it's complicated. That's why they go with the fees, etc., which the banks will pass on to us in a lot of ways. So these are the stories that makes me look at it and go, look, I want to be on Obama's side. I supported the guy. I voted for the guy. Everybody knows that. There's no secret here. We don't hide things on this show. But how can I be on his side when the right thing to do is obvious? France has done it. England has done it. There's nothing that says that we can't do it. Of course we can. It's easy. And he won't do it. So whether he's doing it for the right reasons, the wrong reasons, he thinks it's politically hard to do, or it's, the banks have threatened him and say, oh, we'll leave. We'll go to the Bahamas or something. Whatever he thinks in his head, he's wrong. He's letting them walk away with our money. This is our last chance. Because once they hand out those bonus checks, which they're going to do in the next couple of weeks, you're never going to get the money back. By the way, the bank fees, it's still a vague proposal that would be instituted later. Again, once the bonus money walks out the door, it ain't coming back. This is BS, this proposal. So then you go on to point number 2 from today. Again, I mean, how do you not get frustrated? How are you not, skeptical about their motives? The SEC passed a rule or an order saying, that money that Tim Geithner wanted to keep secret, the money we funnel through AIG, the ones that I've been telling you about, they did it through a little thing called Maiden Lane, okay? Well, Geithner wants to keep it secret, doesn't want the emails out, doesn't want to tell you where taxpayer money went to which banks, literally, okay? So what the SEC did was, when the AIG filed here, they said, all right, look, here's something that'll help. If we pass this order, then those documents and where the money went will be kept secret until November of 2018. You think you're getting the money back in November of 2018 once you find out where it went to and why it went there and all the wrong reasons, and you find out the emails of how all this worked? You're not going to get the money back in 2018. It's a way of covering it up. Now, look. If you are a skeptical person or you are not a Democrat, I think if you look at this objectively, you got to be asking, is Tim Geithner a crook? Because, I mean, he funnels all the money to them in a way that is absolutely egregious, that no rational economic actor would have done. He claimed in his hearings that he wasn't even a regulator. Then what the hell were you doing as the head of the New York Fed? I mean, so many disingenuous answers, so many questionable actions, and then on top of all that, he goes to cover it up. And you begin to think, wait, is this guy corrupt? Now, a lot of you I can hear you screaming through your radios and your TVs and your computers, of course! Now, I don't think it's that simple. I don't think Tim Geithner thinks, okay, I will do this and later I'll get paid off by these guys. I could be wrong. I think he thinks it's what Simon Johnson, the former chief economist for the IMF and now economist at MIT, what he calls intellectual capture. We've talked about it on the show before. Tim Geithner actually thinks that the banks are right, that he has to give them all the taxpayer money, otherwise the economy would explode, and that he has no choices, that he cannot get that money back in any way, shape, or form, and that the bankers must take it home in bonuses, otherwise the economy would explode. Well, that makes him a bit of a fool, and most importantly, a tool. Much more important than being a fool, he's a tool. See, some people, I learned after looking at the news for many years, right, are not successful because they're very smart or they're very accomplished. No, they're successful because a lot of people profit from them being in that position. So the bankers and the Republicans and the Democrats love Geithner being exactly where he is. He hasn't gotten to that position because he was enormously successful. And in fact, he failed his way up to that position. That's a matter of record. He got that position because he was unsuccessful in regulating the banks, in protecting the taxpayers. He got to that position because those powerful people wanted him in that position, because he is a tool.